Good morning, you. I'm Regis Manor. Okay, as you know, my name is Coach Matt. Okay, today we're going to be carrying on with our basketball that we've been practicing so far this year. Alright, so there's one thing we need to do before we get into it today. Alright, I need to quickly speak to your teachers. Okay, and I need to say that there will be points in this lesson I will ask you to pause the video. If you could pause the video, do the activity I've just described, and then unpause once you finish that, then I'll be carrying on with what we're going to be doing today. Much appreciated. Okay, before we get into our lesson today though, and we start working on our dribbling using our fingertips again, okay, what do we always have to do? Begins with a W. Who can tell me? Everyone tell me out loud. Very good. Yeah, it's a warm-up. Okay, we need to start with our warm-up. Our warm-up today is going to be called Flush the Toilet. Only a little laugh, okay? No silly laughing. Okay, our little laugh, after a little laugh, we're going to carry on, okay? We're going to go with Flush the Toilet, okay? This game is very simple. We've all played tag before. Running around the playground, tagging your friends, okay? This one, very similar, except this time, if you get tagged by one of our taggers who are going to be picked by the teachers, if they are stood sensibly and sat quietly. Okay? The people who are sat quietly and sensibly will be our taggers to start with. If you get tagged by a tagger in Flush the Toilet, you go down and you become a toilet. You put your hand in the air and you put your knee down on the floor. Okay? When you're doing this, alright, you can see this is our flusher. Okay? So if someone is on your team, what you need to be doing, okay, they will need to be running around, running away from the taggers while helping all of their friends and flushing those toilets. Okay? So if someone's running past you, okay, you've got your hand in the air, they will flush your hand down to the floor, then you can carry on moving around. Okay? You need to remember to help everyone you can with their flushing. If you're not helping them, they're not going to be up, they're not going to be able to help you. It's all working as a team. Very important during basketball. So, really good so far. Great listening. So, they're going to play 3 games with 4 taggers each time. Okay? So you need to be really sensible. And your teachers are only going to pick the people who are sitting very sensibly and playing very sensibly. Okay? So, teachers, if you could pause me now. Get on with that. It will be 3 games of about 3 or 4 minutes each time. Thank you. Okay, and now that we've finished that, we're all warmed up, everyone's loose. Okay, what we're going to do, okay, we're now going to move on to practicing our dribbling. Okay, so hopefully you should have the balls out. Okay, remember there is not enough for one each. Alright, unless your new basketballs might have arrived. You might have got lucky. Okay? So, your new basketballs might have arrived. If they have, that's brilliant. Okay? There might be enough for one each. I'm not sure, it might be one between 2. Okay? But it doesn't really matter because today we're going to be working on our passing as well. Okay? So, last couple of weeks we've been practicing our bounce pass as well. Okay? So when we're dribbling using the ends of our fingers. Okay? Using the ends of our fingers. Bouncing nice and high, up to about our chest, okay? Bouncing it using the ends of our fingers, pushing those ends of the fingers down into the floor, okay? Really, really good, all right? I've seen great improvements in everyone so far, okay? What we're going to be doing today, okay, we're going to be carrying that on, but now we're going to be moving it on to some chest passing, okay? I know it's a bit easier for some of you to do a bounce pass, so now I'm going to really start to try and challenge you. Okay, so we're moving around, remember if that ball gets stuck in 2 hands, or we get stuck with it like this, we've got to put it in 2 hands, we've got to make a pass, okay? These chest passes start at your chest, with your fingers pointing inwards, okay? Your fingers pointing inwards, you're going to give it a big push, about flat, trying to make it to the other person's chest, okay? We don't want it to be reaching their knees, and we don't want it to be going over their heads. Alright, it's very important So we're really working on keeping that ball in this area. Okay, it's the easiest place to catch a ball. Okay, brilliant stuff so far. I really want you to keep it up. Okay, what we're going to do, give it 2 minutes. Okay, give this video a pause. Then we're going to carry on. I'm going to give you a couple more details I want you to be doing of this. Okay, pause now, please. Okay, brilliant job so far, guys. Really good. All right, I'm very happy with how well you're doing. Okay, you've been improving so well throughout each week. Okay, now, when we're using this basketball, okay, we're now going to be including something called crossovers. Okay, so it's not just bouncing with one hand. Okay, remember we also can't bounce with two. As soon as you start bouncing with two, we lose the ball. Okay, basketball you've got to use one hand. Okay, so when we're doing this, what you need to be doing, you're going to be bouncing. But a crossover is when you swap from one hand to the other. Okay, so you're going to be swapping from your right to your left hand, your right to your left hand. Okay, so you'll be swapping over like this, using those fingers to push the ball into the floor again. Okay, it doesn't have to be every time. You can dribble with one hand, and then swap after a little while, and then dribble with that hand. I want you to try and challenge yourself and use both hands to be dribbling. Okay? Really important you try and move on and practice that dribbling. Okay, if you give it a pause, I want to see those crossovers. Give us a pause, please. And our last activity today, okay, it's going to be something called the threes. Okay, what's going to happen is, I want one ball between three. I want one person stood in the middle of the hall, one person stood at this end of the hall, and one person stood at this end of the hall. So I want one at the end of the board, one at the end of the moving wall, and one in the middle. Okay, the person in the middle is going to start with the ball. Okay, if you go and just everyone keep listening. All right, I don't want you moving yet. This will be, I'm going to need to show you what you're doing. Okay, then you're going to need to move. All right. So, when you have your ball, the person in the middle is going to start with the ball. They pick which end they're going first. We're going to say you're going to be going to the moving wall end first. All right. So what you're going to do, you start facing this way. You're going to dribble your ball all the way up to them. Then you're going to make that chest pass that we've been practicing. You're going to chest pass it to them. Okay. You're going to chest pass it to them, catching it up here. They're going to come and dribble back past you this way, and you're going to take their spot over by the moving wall. This person's going to dribble all the way up to the other end, up towards the board. Then you're going to pass it to the person at the board end. Okay, so you're going to pass it to the person at the board end. The person at the board end is going to catch it. They start dribbling back the other way. Okay, and the person who just dribbled across is going to take your place at the board end. Okay, a little bit complicated, so you really need to be listening here. Okay, there should be enough room for all of this. Okay, and you should be working really well with your partners. Okay, so I'm looking for brilliant attention. Okay, because it's not easy. It's not easy, but you need to keep trying. Okay, remember, one of our key attributes is integrity, and that means making sure you're proud of how well you're doing. Alright, so this is very important. You are showing me good enthusiasm, so being really happy, really working hard, and also looking at really working and keeping yourself accountable for how you're acting. Alright, if you're being silly, you're letting down the rest of your team as well, and that's where we bring in teamwork. So it's really important that you're working hard and you're listening well. Okay, if any of your teachers feel like there's something they can do to make this a bit easier or a bit harder for you, okay, remember, we can still use our crossovers. When we're dribbling, if we're dribbling up towards the other end of the field, other end of the hall, what we're going to do, we can cross the ball over. Okay, we can cross it over, moving back and forth. Okay, moving back and forth, then you can make that pass to the person at the end. Alright, if you can pause me now, please. Okay, and well done today, everyone. All right, everyone come in, take a knee. One knee on the floor, your ball here if they haven't already been collected. Alright, brilliant job everyone today. Okay, I'm very, very impressed with how well you've worked, I'm sure. Okay, and I'm sure your teachers really appreciate how well behaved you've been being. Okay, everyone, I really appreciate it. This might be how we do it for the next couple of weeks, because I'm not sure I'll be around. Okay, but I hope everyone is staying safe, and most importantly, I hope everyone enjoyed that. Okay, so brilliant, brilliant job today. Alright, I know everyone was putting in brilliant effort, because that's all you ever do. Okay, and I want to see some brilliant listening for the rest of today in the rest of your lessons. Okay, bye Regis Manor.